YouTube. Hello. More of a rant this time. A proper rant, actually. So, and a question for you all, I think. So, doing music in general for a career, for a living, it's an interesting endeavour, right? I guess if you are a recording artist, maybe it's a little bit of a different thing. There is there's a hierarchy and all that kind of stuff. There are with bands, I guess, if you've got a band leader, if it's that kind of thing, then you've got a band leader, blah 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 blah, and then everybody else kind of has their thing. They do your parts and all that stuff. Yeah, cool. But overall, it's not very much like you look at a normal business, you have a CEO, whatever, that you got, other kind of bigwigs, but then you kind of have your managers and your assistant managers and team leaders and all that stuff. That stuff doesn't really come into the music world all that much. Not really. Not with, say, gigs or teaching or anything of that general nature. It's very much its own kind of thing. And one of the things that has troubled me, I guess, for a number of years is that in this world, qualifications don't always mean a great deal, I don't think. So, as far as a formal music education, I don't really have one at all. I taught myself to play guitar. I had some lessons for a good 18 months down south when I used to live down there when I was a kid, with a tremendous geezer called Andrew Murphy, down in Bath. Well, near Bath anyway, but he plays out that way quite a bit even now. And other than that, then I moved up to here and to Yorkshire, and I did my work experience at a charity organisation called Get Sorted, and they did lessons there and stuff like that as well. But really, I probably had maybe 6 months worth there, tops, absolute tops. And other than that, everything I've learned has been from books, listening to stuff, using the internet and all of that. To the formal education, really, I went to Barnsley College, but it was, in all fairness, for what I was trying to do at the time, it was useless. I would have had to have gone to uni, and the only place really that did what I wanted to do at uni was down in Brighton, and at that point I did not want to move because I was in a working band up here and all that stuff, and it just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to work. And honestly, I don't really know, necessarily too much of what really would have come out of it for me. But here's the thing. I've been teaching guitar since I was 17 years old. I am 38 this year, so I've been teaching for 20 years, just over 20 years. And I've taught a lot of people. I've taught, a good few hundred people in that time. I've only really done it as a proper business over the last couple of years. Otherwise it's just been there to supplement gigs and working in the guitar shops and stuff like that. But here's the thing. So because I have done mostly this stuff, and I have worked in some music shops, 2 guitar shops essentially, and gigged and taught. That's kind of how I've just bodged together how I live. As far as the wider world is concerned, I don't exist. So I have not got a great deal of employment history because it's all just been stuff that I've just chucked together myself. So finding a regular good old-fashioned day job it's pretty much an impossibility for me. I have, I have applied for many jobs just while I'm trying to build this business up, and no. So that's a very strange position to be in anyway. But now here's the thing. I've gone off on a tangent. I've taught many people, and I have taught at least 5 individuals with high level degrees in music. and I have never come across the people that I've taught having as much knowledge as I do, which I've learnt myself. So these guys that I've taught, they can play. There's no doubt about it. They're terrible players, but there's literally things like some of them can't put strings on properly. Some of them, the knowledge, the theory level that they know is bizarre to say it's a degree that they've got. The things that they should know about their instrument and how to play their instrument and all of this stuff is non-existent. Not non-existent, but it's very, very much more basic than what mine is, who's taught himself from books and the internet and whatever. And yet I have applied recently for another, like working with an online teaching thing, so I can teach from home. I did apply with another one last year that was an Indian-based company, but that was, we'll call it a sham. And this one was a UK-based one, and they want you to have these music level qualifications and degrees and things like this. Is there a point to having these things? If me, as we'll call it 85% self-taught guitar player, is unable to get a job with these people because I don't have these qualifications, and yet it has been proven quite a lot that I know more about my instrument and how to play it and how to teach it than these people with the degrees. What is going on? In music, experience counts for more than what you've got written on a bit of paper, I think. Very much so. I think so. It's very much like getting people who, say, people that work in a guitar shop that are telling you what works in a stage environment who've never set foot on one in their life. Go and ask somebody that plays gigs. They're going to know better. Obviously, they've got a job to do to sell things. I get that, but you can't ask for an expert opinion from somebody that doesn't know. And just because you've had people that have sat in a room and learnt all this stuff does not mean that they know how to teach it. I can put all of this stuff I can teach people that want to play this stuff how to do it in a way that actually will make them use it and make them understand it. And I did a grade 5 while I was on my work experience at Get Sorted, and I could have gone in and done my grade 8 had I done my grade 5 music theory. I did not, because I have not done that exam. I know my music theory. I know more than enough to teach anybody just about anything in the world of rock and metal and blues, guitar. Yeah, fair enough, the jazz stuff is a bit bonkers, but beyond that, most of this stuff I can show people how to do it. I can teach people how to do it. So if I do this and my experience will speak for itself, then why do we need these qualifications? Because they don't really stand for much, I don't think. Not me personally, anyway. I could be wrong. I would like to hear your thoughts. I would like to hear what you think. And if any of you guys have had similar experiences to me, any of you guys that actually do play music for a living, let me know what you think. But yeah, I think it's a bit nonsense, in my opinion. It's quite a bit of nonsense. But these people clearly know more than I do, right? I don't know. Thank you for listening, and let's see you guys in the next video.
Bye.